All in all, the first game of the series between the Padres and Dodgers featured a lot of positives. Shohei coming back to pitch for the first time in 2 years and having 2 RBIs, future Hall of Famer Manny Machado hitting a home run, and some truly electric pitching for stretches, culminating in a 5-3 Dodger victory. But one other thing happened that ended up being a major sign of things to come. In the 4th inning, Dylan Cease hit Andy Pages with a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, with Andy taking exception to this, and then Padres manager Mike Shildt screaming from the dugout, well, this. The rest of the game proceeded pretty normally, but it felt like the fuse was lit for something a little bit more contentious in the following contests. And, boy oh boy, was that ever the case yesterday, when 2 superstars and 3 players in total were hit. So, let's get into it. The first inning saw the Padres get out to a 1-0 lead when Gavin Sheets flipped a 3-2 slider into right field. The Dodgers wouldn't manage to respond in the bottom of the first, but would get off to a fast start in the second, when Will Smith flied a fastball to the left center field gap, getting pushed to third after a bit of daring base running against the strong arm of Fernando Tatis Jr. He would then proceed to do the exact same thing on a fly ball from Max Muncy, again challenging the Platinum Glover successfully when he made an off-target throw up the third baseline. I think it was during the next at-bat the spiciness started a little bit, when Andy Pages, obviously the guy who'd gotten hit the night before, crushed a line drive home run over the left center field fence. If the fuse was lit before, the rope that was housing it was running awful low. Things would reach a fever pitch in the next frame when Lou Trevino plunked the current face of the Padres franchise, Tatis Jr., with a 95-mile-per-hour sinker near the letters. Now, based on the context of the game, I don't think this was intentional, because I'm not sure why Trevino would want to put another guy on with the top of the Padres order coming up. And to San Diego's credit, they would capitalize a bit, getting a couple runs on a single and deep sac fly before seeing their rally thwarted by an inning-ending double play from Xander Bogaerts, a guy who's become somewhat of a villain in San Diego in his own right. The true explosion would come in the bottom of the third, when Randy Vasquez hit Shohei in the thigh with a 94-mile-per-hour fastball. With the bases empty and 1 out, it was the perfect time, if you were going to do such a thing, to hit a guy, and it was no coincidence that it was the face of the Dodgers franchise who got plunked. This stirred up some real tension around the ballpark, resulting in both benches getting warned, which downright infuriated LA's manager Dave Roberts, who kept repeating, "It's just baseball, after getting run from the game. It seems like he was mad because now if a guy from the Dodgers staff hit a batter intentionally or otherwise, he would automatically get ejected, which is certainly not something you'd like to see when your pitching core is as thin as LA's is right now. I will say one of the things that was funny about this whole situation was Ohtani's reaction at first base. Dude was straight up laughing the whole thing off. The game would proceed on for a few innings without any additional controversy, in the meantime seeing Pages crush his second home run of the game just over the center fielder's leaping mitt, a shot that knotted the score at 3-3, with Will Smith then giving the Dodgers the lead in the bottom of the 6th with a go-ahead home run. They would go on to tack 5 more runs on before the inning was over, a true nightmare scenario for San Diego. Things would again get testy leading off the 7th, as long man Matt Sauer ran a sinker inside and hit Jose Iglesias on the wrist, a pitch I don't think was intentional but certainly dangerous nonetheless. After Sauer wasn't ejected immediately, Manny Machado emphatically stated, "Why'd you warn us then?" But Sauer was allowed to stay in the contest and immediately gave up the first career home run to Trenton Brooks, bringing the score back within a reasonable margin of 3 runs. And San Diego wasn't done yet, loading the bases with 2 outs for who else but Xander Bogaerts. And they would indeed get another run, but it wasn't the veteran who would drive it in, as instead Michael Kopech fell awkwardly off the mound while delivering a pitch, balking the guy from third in before giving an emotional reaction. Bogaerts would then continue to irk the Friar faithful by not being able to come through yet again, sending a routine ground ball to Mookie Betts for the final out of the frame. The Padres would have one final opportunity in this game in the top of the 8th, with the bases loaded, but on a 2-0 count, Luis Ariz would fly a ball to left, where Kike Hernandez made a nice running catch into foul territory. Tanner Scott would then come in to retire the side 1-2-3 in the 9th, securing a second straight victory over their division rivals, and what might end up being a pretty consequential series in terms of playoff seeding by the end of the season. Now, thank you so much for watching, and please remember that if you ever see anything you'd like to see detailed in the Made the Cut video, whether that be a specific play, player, or narrative surrounding a team or something, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com, and if I do end up using your idea, I'll of course give you a shout out. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in the next one.